Hello, welcome to Biology with a Difference. I'm your instructor Babita Rani. In the last 3 videos, we had discussed the chapter Life Processes of Standard 10, in which we discussed the nutrition in plants. Today we will begin with another topic of the same chapter, nutrition in animals. So the mode of nutrition in animals is heterotrophic. What is heterotrophic nutrition? Heterotrophic nutrition is a kind of nutrition where organisms are not able to make their own food. They depend on some other organisms for their food. So animals have heterotrophic mode of nutrition. They depend on others for their food. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition is again of 3 different types. One is parasitic. Parasitic mode of nutrition is that kind of nutrition where organism takes its nourishment from the living organism. They either live inside the body of the organism or they live on the organism's body. They take the nutrition from the living organism, and in the process they may harm the organism, but they do not kill the organism. So in case of parasitic nutrition, they derive their nutrition from other living organisms. The organisms from which they take the nutrition are known as host, and the organism which takes the nutrition is known as parasite. So parasites live on host and they take the nourishment. Example is tapeworm in the intestine of human beings. Lice, this lives inside the body. Lice lives outside the body is another example. These two are present in human beings. We have one example, Cuscuta. This is a plant parasite, also known as amar bale. So parasitic nutrition is a mode of nutrition where organisms derive their nutrition from other living organisms. They may harm the organism in the process. Another mode of nutrition is saprophytic nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition. So this is a kind of nutrition where organisms derive their nutrition from the dead organisms. So they derive their nutrition from dead plants or animals. Dead plants and animals. Example is fungus, bread mold, mushrooms. These are examples of saprophytic nutrition. The third kind of nutrition is Holozoic nutrition. Where organisms take in solid food and they have special organs to take in food. or special ways, you can say. Amoeba, Paramecium. In fact, human beings also have Holozoic Nutrition. Holozoic nutrition is again divided into 5 different processes. The first one is taking in of food, which is known as ingestion. Taking in of food is known as ingestion. Second one is digestion, and we will study this digestion in details in case of human beings. Digestion, where the food, organic food that we have taken in, is broken down into its simplest form. Food taken in is broken down into its simplest form. The third one is absorption. After the food is broken down into its simplest forms, now it is ready to be absorbed. So the absorption takes place after food is digested. So what happens? The simplest food are absorbed The next is assimilation. The food that is absorbed, that is taken to different parts of the body to release energy. The absorbed food is taken to different parts of the body wherever energy is required. We will see how this energy is produced in the next part of this chapter. And the last one is egestion. What is egestion? After digestion, whatever undigested food is left over, that is thrown out of the body, and the process is known as egestion. So egestion is removal of undigested food. So we have 5 different processes in Holozoic nutrition, that is ingestion, which is taking in of food; digestion, the food that we have taken in, that is organic food, is broken down into its simplest form. For carbohydrate, it is broken down into glucose. We will see the details in the other part of this chapter. Then the simplest form, the food, after the food has been broken down, it is absorbed by the body, and that process is known as absorption. After absorption, it is distributed to different parts of the body wherever it is required, and energy is generated there. And the last one is egestion. The undigested food, the food that is left over without being digested, is removed out of our body. Now let us see nutrition in amoeba. What happens in amoeba? Amoeba, as you have studied in earlier class also, endocytosis takes place in amoeba. that is food enters inside the amoeba with the help of its flexibility of cell membrane. So amoeba has an irregular shape. So suppose this is an amoeba. Some food is seen at this location. What will happen? This amoeba will start stretching its cell membrane from both the sides, and food starts coming inside this pseudopodia. Now the food is inside the pseudopodia. This is food vacuole. This food vacuole. So what has happened? This is the process of ingestion. What happened? Amoeba, some food is present near amoeba. It will start spreading its cell membrane, and this portion is known as pseudopodia. Pseudo means false. And podia means feet. So this is also known as false feet, and both the pseudopodia will combine together and the food enters inside the body. This process is known as ingestion. After food enters into the body, food vacuole will receive the digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes comes inside and it starts digesting the food that has entered inside. So this process is known as digestion. After it is digested, it will start absorbing the foods into its body. That is known as absorption, and it is distributed to different parts of the body wherever required, assimilation, and whatever is left after that is thrown out of the body, which is known as egestion. So whenever you are supposed to draw the diagram, you will draw these 4 diagrams and you will write here amoeba, food, amoeba extends its pseudopodia, amoeba engulfs food. So this is how food is taken inside the amoeba. After food is taken inside the amoeba, food vacuoles receive some digestive enzymes that will digest the food that has been received by amoeba. After digestion, it will be absorbed cell of the amoeba, and that will be distributed to different parts of the amoeba cell. As it is an unicellular organism, everything is very simple, and whatever is left, whatever is not digested, is thrown out of the body. So this is the process by which nutrition in amoeba takes place. Nutrition in Paramecium. Paramecium is again a unicellular organism living in water. So it is generally taking food which is present in water. So we have an oral groove in case of Paramecium, and these are cilia. By coordinated movement of cilia, wherever they find the food, that enters into this oral groove. So movement of cilia helps in movement of food into the oral groove. So this is called ingestion. After it enters inside this body, this is the food vacuole where digestive enzymes will be received, and this digestion begins. So food vacuole will start giving the digested food to the amoeba, and it moves in this way. It goes on shortening, and finally it reaches this place and it is thrown out from here. So egestion takes place from here. Okay, ingestion takes place from here, egestion takes place from here, and the food vacuole receives the digestive enzyme that will help in digestion of the food which has been received by the amoeba. and as it moves in a cyclic way. As it moves along, it becomes shorter and shorter and shorter, and finally the undigested food is thrown out of the body. So during the process movement of food vacuole in a cyclic way, it is giving out, distributing whatever has been, whatever requirement is there by the body. So that is why it becomes shorter and shorter and shorter, and finally it is removed out of the body. So this is by coordinated movement of cilia. In case of amoeba, it was with the help of pseudopodia. In case of paramecium, it is cilia. In case of amoeba, we did not have any special location from where food could enter inside, but in case of paramecium, we have special location from where food enters, special location from where food comes out of the cell. So these are two basic differences. In case of paramecium, the food vacuole moves through the entire paramecium in a cyclic way, and that process is known as cyclosis. Whereas in amoeba, food vacuole simply the cell of the amoeba simply takes in the absorbed or digested food into it. So these are some of the differences in between nutrition in amoeba and nutrition in paramecium. So this was all for today. In the next class, we will discuss nutrition in human being. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you had a clear concept of nutrition in amoeba and nutrition in paramecium. From tomorrow, we will begin the most interesting part of this chapter, that is nutrition in human being, because all of us are human being and we should know about what happens inside our body. So tomorrow we are going to study nutrition in human being. And if you like the video, please subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon so that you get the notification whenever I release a video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share it with your friends. Thank you once again.